Hello, I'm Andrew Joseph Keith. Got 3 first names. Andrew Joseph Keith. I'm an artist, a sculptor, business owner. Actually own a business. Hasn't made any money, so I'm really interested in success. I find success to be very intriguing for people that find success, and I think there's a battle between security and freedom. Security is like being an employee or something, working for the government, or just a job where it's just secure, versus like freedom as far as being your own boss, being an artist, or starting a business, starting your own projects. And it's really the concept of just kind of business in general, just the risk and reward. The risk of going out and getting a job is very low risk. You kind of know what you're getting into. You have a contract with the company. You know that as long as you're working there, you'll get this certain amount. But with being your own boss, starting something from scratch, there's no guarantee. There's almost certainly a guarantee that you will fail, because, there's very few people that become successful, if any, people that become successful that haven't failed several times before they found success. And so knowing that, we just kind of expected like, oh, it's just another step on the journey, but it's difficult. Failure is difficult and it's stressful. You don't have enough money, the rent, the bills, they're constantly there. Right now I'm in school, I'm a student, but it's summer right now, so I'm working a little bit more. I have a family, we just had a beautiful baby girl, and it's stressful. And so sometimes that the pull towards just a normal, secure job where you just go put in the hours and then get the rewards, that's tempting. Probably more tempting now than it ever has been, but it's not something that I want to do for the rest of my life. My dad was a really great guy who's worked hard, but he had so many good ideas. He loved coming up with ideas and talking about new projects and concepts, and he liked to invent. I mean, if he just would have taken one of these inventions. A couple weeks ago, we were looking through some of the books that had, or just some of the papers that had some of his ideas for inventions, and he would talk about building a self-sustaining community. It's what you'd need as far as waste and water purification and power and all these things that you would need to build just a community that could sustain itself. Or he talked about the idea, he had big hands, and so he's just an idea for a way to floss that's a little bit easier. So just like those little floss, that could have been him if he would have taken the idea to the next step, if he wouldn't have gone out and gotten a patent and believed in himself a little bit more. And so that it's cool to realize that almost every one of his ideas has been made into a product that you can find at Walmart nowadays. And it's cool, but at the same time, it's hard to think like, am I doing the same thing? Do I have these ideas that have the potential to be something really big, but I'm just not seeing it in myself, that I'm not believing in myself enough to continue forward and push past that pain period when things look like they're just not gonna work out, that they're not gonna be successful. I wanted to make some YouTube videos for a while just because I thought it's a cool thing, a cool opportunity to be able to put something out that anybody can watch, and that you can share your ideas and things that you find to be of worth with anybody. But recently I've been thinking about it. One of my favorite YouTubers is Olin Rogers. He's just got some really funny stuff. He just seems like a really great guy. He's got a great sense of humor. I love watching his content and his stories or his little videos. And one of the videos where he's a little bit more serious, he kind of makes him thinking that maybe my grandchildren and great-grandchildren will find these one day and kind of have a history of my life. And that's something that's really interesting to me, and it kind of changes my perspective as far as maybe this isn't where I find success as far as getting a lot of followers that are willing to support me as far as watching the videos and liking and subscribing or sharing or buying products that I'll put out in the future. Like, maybe that's not what will bring me success, but if I can be a good person and create content that my kids, my daughter, and the kids that I'll have in the future could look back on, if I had that kind of content from my dad, that would be so valuable to me, because he was a great guy. I was really close to him. I was 13 when he died, and it's hard. It's hard even 11 years later. You just wish that you could share some things, that they were there just to see some of the experiences that you're going through, and just see how amazing our daughter Amanda is. She's so amazing, and I'm so grateful for her. And I guess the moral of the story is that life's just hard, and it doesn't always go the way that you wish that it would. If you could push through and try to find the positive, just take the good lessons that you've learned from those that have come before you or those all around you, then there's got to be a way that we can find success. That's my goal. I want to be successful, because as hard as my dad worked, he worked really hard, and as hard as his dad worked, his dad was definitely a workaholic. He still works to this day. He's 80, 85, 86, and he works. He likes to work, and he should be successful. But as hard as my dad and his dad worked, they didn't find this kind of success where they could be self-sustaining and not have to work. They just worked, but they never got to the point where they could just say, like, okay, now we're taken care of, we're self-sustaining. I could stop working and the money would still be coming in, or I've saved enough that we'll be okay. We never got to that point. If this is something that future generations are going to see, I guess I'd want them to just know that during those hard times, you just got to look at it for what it is, one step in your journey to success. So thank you guys for the support. Those that are fans already, I'm really excited just to move forward. I'll keep doing these videos and do something that would make your kids proud, I guess.